Toby Roland-Jones, many congratulations. A massive part in what's been a really good year for Middlesex, promoted to Division 1. Congratulations.
Yeah, obviously really pleasing. You know, I think today's circumstances obviously a little bit subdued in a way, but I think yesterday was really the day where the guys put in a hell of a shift. I think we all sort of spoke about in the change room there to get 400 on a pitch like that and facing a really decent pace attack as well. Felt like that was the culmination of the efforts of the year, and obviously we're pleased to finally get back to Division 1. So yeah, chuffed.
Would have been pretty easy yesterday for Worcester to have taken their foot off the pedal, and you've kind of hit the nail on the head there. Worcester were at us throughout the whole innings, and to get 500 on that was phenomenal. But obviously you stepped up towards the end of that innings with an important 50 yourself.
Yeah, maybe the intensity was slightly down towards the back end, but yeah, I think particularly there was plenty of assistance for the seam bowlers, and they had pretty strong 5-man attack there. So yeah, the guys have shown a lot of skill, a lot of durability, and able to stick in through the tough moments, and also to score at a good rate as well. So yeah, I think from a batting point of view, that felt like everything came together at the perfect time.
Toby, 12 years since your debut for Middlesex, you've been through a heck of a lot with the side in that time. Obviously you'll be remembered, I guess, most obviously for the hat-trick in 2016 at Lords that saw us win the title. Went down the following year, back up again this year. You've played a massive part in that. How important has your own performance been with the rest of that seam unit in getting us up?
Yeah, well, I guess personally it's just really pleasing to be fit and to be back on the park, and to be able to sort of feel like you're available for selection every game, and in turn obviously to contribute and play a leading role in that is obviously really important. From my side, it's we've all clubbed together. We've got a really good unit there. All guys have contributed at different times. We spoke about that we're going to need different people to go throughout the year. So yeah, obviously particularly pleasing. But yeah, just chuffed to make it back to Division 1.
67 wickets for you this year, which is the biggest haul of your entire career. Do you feel you're bowling as well as you ever have?
Probably not. I think I've been as consistent as I have been, and I think things definitely have fallen into place this year. Probably struggling to get through the overs a little bit more than I used to, but it's certainly close. It's always hard to say when you get older. You sort of have to adjust and find different ways to get wickets, I guess. But yeah, it's certainly particularly pleasing. Any time you sort of achieve a personal best in a year is something to reflect fondly on, for sure.
You've tasted life in Division 1 as a seamer going into that against a higher quality batter. What challenges are you perhaps looking forward to or dreading next year?
No, well, I think that's what we've spoken about, that in terms of our aims for the year and things like that. That's where you want to be finding out the most about yourself. You want to be testing yourself against the best players, like you said, on the best surfaces. You find a lot of the best, the test grounds and the best grounds in that division. So absolutely, that's where you find out the most about yourself, and more often than not you're at best to those scenarios. So certainly something that I think a lot of us there wanted to taste. The older you get, you realise the shorter the amount of time you have to keep playing the game. So it's something that we're all really keen to sort of get as soon as possible. So yeah, delighted that it's come this year.
Final word on the old man of the squad, Tim Payne. I interviewed him half an hour ago and asked him what his plans were with his contract running out this year. He's advised us, under caution I think, that he's sticking around for another year with the club, which despite your face is very good news. I'm sure you'll agree.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this year and probably the last year and a half, he's obviously taken on the captaincy role to go with it, and I think he's just offered a real calming influence around the guys. We've got a great changing room in any case, and I think between him and Pete we found a really nice glue over the last sort of year and a half that sort of kept that all together nicely, and he's assumed that role superbly, and yeah, it's obviously great news. He's certainly, I think, particularly probably the last 3 weeks, I think it seems like, having had some injury troubles and probably struggling to get a good run of games at the start of the year, it looked like he's actually bowling back to his best, and maybe the end of the year hasn't come at the best time for him on that sort of front. So yeah, obviously chuffed for him, and yeah, look forward to going in with the old man once more.
Excellent to hear. Last one on our first team coach, Richard Johnson. Obviously you've worked with Richard prior to his departure to Surrey, that we don't like to speak of. Jono now back, led us up to promotion. How important has Jono been in the evolvement of this side and to get us to where we are now as a galvanised unit that are competing week in, week out?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I think a lot of the guys once they sort of got an idea that Jono was coming back. Certainly there was a nice excitement around the group. Guys were really looking forward to working with him again. Those that had been before, and I think he's got a pretty unique skill of just being able to find the right thing to say. I don't think he ever feels the need to impart too much on people or put too much pressure on guys. But certainly sort of seems to find the right way to just unlock guys' potential and certainly take the pressure off. So yeah, it's obviously been a huge impact, and just chuffed for him as well. He's someone who he really cares deeply about this club. So for him to come in and achieve this in his first year, yeah, absolutely chuffed for him.
Absolutely. Toby, look, thanks for joining us. Go back and join the boys. Have a good evening, and many congratulations again.